Pokemon Day is getting closer and closer, and we have a ton to unpack, including the Pokemon Company revealing all of the new Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it seems as though that secret room from the other day, well, it might be more than just a room. Let's dive in. Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka Drive. I bring you guys a brand new video today, and today we are diving into the world of Pokemon Legends Arceus and everything we have to kind of peel back the curtain here on potential DLC and much, much more. There's a lot to unpack, so be sure to hit that like button down below if you guys enjoy these types of videos, and subscribe to the channel if you're new so you don't miss out on our epic Pokemon content as we head towards 1 million A-Drop Army members. I'm filming this on my birthday, so like the video for that at the very least. But like I said, we've got a lot to unpack. Pokemon released a trailer yesterday, kind of unveiling all of the Pokemon. I figured it'd be fun to kind of look at that. But the real kind of meat and potatoes of this video is the second half, so make sure you guys stay tuned for everything. But let's take a look at the official artwork and kind of the official reveal for many Pokemon, including the starter evolutions and more. All right, so like I said, this was posted yesterday, but it should reveal all the Pokemon, and then we're gonna look at some of their official art and everything in between. So let's see what they've got here. It's interesting that here on February 15th, well, this was yesterday, obviously. February 15th, they revealed pretty much the entirety of the game. So we kind of start off with Rowlet. I'll put some audio on. We got Cyndaquil, Oshawott, obviously. Like they really just put it all out there, right? So no more spoilers. Like it's all out there. Pokemon put it out there. So this is them obviously revealing the fact that we have the new starter evolutions, which I liked. I really liked. It's funny too, because I remember when I first saw them, I liked them less than I do now. They grew on me. I still think Samurott is by far the best though. But here's the new Decidueye form, which has grown on me a lot. It's definitely grown on me a lot. His signature move is really dope. Typhlosion definitely grew on me. I didn't really like him without his flames, obviously, but that's to be expected. Looks much better animated, and its official art looks cool too, which is why we're gonna look at that. And again, I feel like Samurott is the coolest one of the three. I'm just a big Samurott fan. I feel like he's so small though. He's way smaller than I thought he would be. But I like how like he's crouched down and stuff. And then they're just straight up about to spoil the whole game right here. It's like here's Dialga and Palkia and everything you need to know. We're just gonna throw it all out there. They just show its form. They just straight up show it. I mean, I guess they eventually have to reveal everything. So there's obviously the origin form of Dialga and the origin form of Palkia, which looks nuts, by the way. I feel like I didn't really ever, like I played them in game, but I didn't really ever take the time to like look at them. And then they're gonna show off the different clans, the official art of the different clans. So you've got Adaman and Arita, and then the various characters on each of the clans. So obviously Adaman and the Diamond clan. I personally think the Pearl clan is better. Straight up hard carried by Arita and Ingo, but nonetheless, Melly like immediately knocks the Diamond clan down a few notches, which makes it tough. Like Adaman's cool, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Pearl clan takes the lead, right? Like Pearl clan is hard carried though by Ingo and Arita and Polina too, to be honest. And Leon isn't bad. Pearl clan wins in my mind. I post this on Twitter. If you don't agree, then you're wrong. I don't know why this guy does squats though. He's jacked, you know. He's always in good shape. And then they're just like, yo, here's Kagita, and is it Kogita? Kagita? I said Kagita. Here she is, and Volo, and they're just like, yo, here's the whole game spoiled for you. I hope you made it this far. I found that interesting that they just straight up threw it all out there. Pretty much threw it all out there, right? Like it's just like, here's everything. And then they kind of show some of the pre-order bonuses, some of the other different outfits you can get, heavy balls, etc. Nothing too crazy there. So let's look at the official art, and then let's dive into DLC stuff and this map breakdown, because this is crazy stuff. So I'm just gonna pull this up on Cerebi, their Twitter feed here, the different official art of the various Pokemon. We've got Hisuian Decidueye. Looks really cool. He's like flexing, but he doesn't have any muscles. Hisuian Typhlosion looks pretty good as the official art, I'm not gonna lie. This is, again, one of those mons where in 3D sprite, like not animated, look terrible, but it gets redemption. Samurott, again, I still think this is the best. This one looks better animated, but I still think it's the best Pokemon. Then you've got the original origin form of Dialga, which looks pretty cool. And then, of course, the origin form of Palkia. These are official artwork. Then you've got the official artwork of the various characters, Sabi, Garrett, Kagita. You've got Kalaba, Polina, Ingo, Melly, some Pokemon Go stuff, and then we keep scrolling up here. This looks dope. Hisuian Arcanine official artwork looks really cool. Electrode, I really like Voltorb's design more than Electrode's. Quillfish looks great in my opinion. Sneasel looks really good. Basculin looks normal. Lilligant looks cool. I'm excited to see this thing competitive down the road. Sliggoo and of course Goodra. I like Goodra. Avalugg looks really cool. Ursaluna looks cool. One thing I never noticed is its forehead has like a moon, and then there's like clouds covering the moon with its eyebrows. I just feel like the eyes on this art look so weird to me. It looks fierce, but its eyes look like not fierce. Does anyone else feel that? Because I was looking at this art for like 5 minutes this morning, and I'm like, it doesn't look right to me. You know, who am I to judge the designer? But like, it doesn't look right. Everything about this pose is like fierce bear, but its eyes, I feel like, look like it's not fierce. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Basculegion, of course, is a couple different. This is the female version. Sneasler looks cooler, in my opinion, than it did in the game. Overquill, I'm a big Overquill fan. I think it's a sick Pokemon. Obviously, Enamorus, its Incarnate and Therian forms here. And I think that's probably that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all of them. That's the official artwork right there. I thought they were cool. And now let's talk about the secret room that we kind of covered the other day on the channel, because there's some interesting things there. First of all, when it comes to Gen 9 and potential DLC, someone made a post on PokeLeaks, and I had actually noticed this myself, but Kricketot has an interesting dex entry. It says, when the trees take on new hues, more of this Pokemon appear. The tone they create by striking their antenna together resembles that of the marimba, an instrument of foreign lands. Now, could that be a hint or, indicator towards Generation 9 and where that's taking place? I don't know. It's not like this would be the first time that Pokemon has kind of hinted at this kind of stuff. We've seen it before with, I think, Yungoos or Alolan Rattata. So, it is possible. This poster goes on to say that the marimba is an instrument that has its origins in sub-Saharan Africa, specifically Angola and the Congo. It's a popular instrument in Central America, but an African region would be very, very epic, of course. And we do know that the Riddler, who has told us so much information about this game, if you don't know that the Riddler's legit at this point, I don't know what to tell you, but they basically said DLC soon. So we are believing at this point that there's going to be DLC, and there's not really any reason to doubt that. And Deep Game Research has come out with some really interesting stuff here. So they said, everyone, let me thank you for covering my discovery. There seems to be some misinformation. It's not an out-of-bounds map. It's actually part of a separate map that is not normally accessible. So Deep Game Research said they found this map while looking through the game files and found textures that look modern. After finding which area they belong to, for a good 8 hours of hacky things I learned over the years, I force loaded the map of the game. The modern room is a small part of a much larger unused area, which I will be covering in my own video as soon as I have time to edit it. So I'll put their information in the description. I know they've been super appreciative of everyone kind of covering their discoveries and stuff. I think it's phenomenal and fascinating, so I'm all hyped about it. So we looked at this secret room the other day, and we're looking at it from two perspectives. One, was it meant to be in the intro of the game and it was scrapped because we know that we travel back in time, and they were just like, it kind of makes things confusing. But now we find out that it's like a region, it's like a whole map essentially that the hackers are trying to load right now. And we see from Chico Eevee, who is someone who actually does a lot of the Pokemon Unite data mines, they've actually come out to say, I'm starting to think that Area 11 is planned for future content or it was cut due to time constraints. The path looks prepared already and the dirt square. I saw a lot of zones with flowers. Let me pull this up for you guys. So this is actually the location they're talking about, and they were able to kind of force load some into the game. Obviously things are like floating and it's not like totally like put together, but they're saying that this looks like they had prepared a path already. Like this was more than just a room that was scrapped that you were supposed to start in, but rather it was in an entire area of the game that is actually put in the later part of the game. I guess it was kind of loaded after the other areas, so it looks like it was supposed to be added in later or whatever. So the idea of DLC is still very much on the table here. And then they go on to say, we're getting the map heights from Area 11. This time the paths look as it should. We still need to get rid of the collision of the area, placements of objects, etc. So this is still developing. So we should get more information from Chico Eevee and Deep Game Research as they continue to dive in over the coming days. But I feel like this is actually super exciting, and it could be a sign of what's to come for DLC, potential for Legends Arceus, and beyond. So again, a lot to break down, and we're just a few days away from Pokemon Day. So I'll give you guys a deeper breakdown on Pokemon Day over the coming days as we get really, really close to what could be their big announcement. I think it makes a ton of sense now that they released the official art and all the story of Legends Arceus, especially if they're gonna drop a DLC announcement on Pokemon Day, right? Like, chances are something big's gonna happen. Although the Riddler and other sources have said April is a time to look at, I feel like there's gotta be something coming on Pokemon Day. And if it's gonna be Legends Arceus, it makes a lot of sense, like I said, that they would reveal all the big details right here and right now. So big shout outs to El Chico Eevee and of course Deep Game Research, among others. Feel free to hit that like button down below if you guys enjoy this one, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new so you don't miss out on our Pokemon Legends Arceus content. There's so much to be excited for, and I cannot wait to see what is uncovered with this kind of secret room and secret map, and then what we get with Pokemon Day, just a few days away. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.